Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I could talk about something that's usually overlooked when studying architecture, and that is health, both physical and mental. If you're already studying architecture, then terms like burnout, stress, sleepless nights might not be new to you, but if you're new, then be prepared to get used to these terms. These terms are usually really frequently used in the architectural industry, and I think sometimes it's overly glorifying them that makes them seem like, oh, it's normal. It's actually like a good thing to be able to do that. But if you step back and have a look, like in reality, is burnout, stress, imposter syndrome, or sleepless nights actually good? I think the majority of people would say no. I wanted to share the things that I've actually gone through when studying architecture. There are these overwhelming emotions and the studio culture, the architectural cultural things that I am actually trying to get used to, but those things might not necessarily be good for my health. Number one is stress. I think everyone has experienced stress to like a certain level, but when you're studying architecture, I think it's because of the course itself is so demanding. Like the workload is a lot, and like architecture itself, there's no like definite right or wrong. It's not like you've finished this math equation, you've gotten the answer, you're done for the day. In architecture, you can always do more. You can always do more research. You can always do better diagrams, and I think a lot of students would find themselves wanting to be better, but actually you have to meet the deadline as well, and they force themselves a lot, and that's where the stress comes in. And sometimes when you do a lot of work but your tutor doesn't like the core idea and you have to redo everything, but then you still have to meet that deadline, and that's where all the stress comes in as well. And it's really hard for students, especially first year, to actually just come like fresh into this profession or this course and be able to adjust to that quickly. And that's why there's like a lot of talking around, oh, sleepless nights, or I have like a burnout. I work for like 36 hours straight, as if that's healthy, and that's not at all. Stress also comes a lot with peer pressure and maybe the pressure you put on yourself. A lot of people who start architecture have like a certain standard that they want their work to meet, and sometimes when you see your friends work and it's really good and you see yourselves work and it's not that good, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to be better or do better, so you can learn more, and that's also where all the stress comes in. And on top of all the reasons that I've talked about before, all of these stress building up take a huge toll on your mental health and subsequently affect your physical health. Second, I want to talk about is sleepless nights. It's such a glorified thing in like the architectural industry or architectural school culture that, saying like sleep is for the weak, when like it's actually very normal as human beings to like have rest so you can continue functioning the next day. But because, like as I said, architecture, there's no like right or wrong. You can always do more, you can always do better, and people feel like in that case you can only invest more time, and everyone only has like 24 hours in a day. So by that you can only sacrifice time that you spend with your friends, time you do normal social stuff, time you like take a rest or sleep, and invest all those time into your architectural research and everything. And then spending 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, 56 hours, that's my highest record, working in the library and not even going home, and just surviving on like crackers or biscuits. And I don't enjoy doing that, but sometimes it just feels like if I don't suffer now and I get a bad grade, then I suffer for even longer time. And I would say to myself, okay, I will suffer for 56 hours and maybe I'll get a good grade and I'll be happy. But it doesn't work that way anymore. It's just, it's such a stressful period. I can't even feel anything. And like after 56 hours, it takes me like days or like almost close to a week to be able to get myself back into like a normal functioning routine, a normal functioning person who can cook and take a shower and sleep at like normal times. It's just a really toxic culture at that point. I know a lot of schools now do not promote like sleepless nights, sleepless culture, and things like that, but in architectural profession and this school, like even if a lot of people said don't do that, don't do that, it's is still going to happen, and it's just so terrible on my mental health and my physical health. Like, I need sleep. Another thing I really wanted to talk about is imposter syndrome. I think it's very severe. I felt it a lot during my architectural journey till now. And it's like, even if I worked really hard and I got like a really good grade, which I'm like ecstatic about, I'm happy about, I just sometimes feel like, am I worth that? Like sometimes I see people who've done even more work, but then they didn't get as good a grade as me. And sometimes I just really doubt myself. Oh, is it just because the tutor who marked my work is different from the tutor who marked their work, and they have different standards? Maybe mine is like less strict and theirs is more strict. That's why I get a better grade. And it's just like I can find a million reasons to kind of justify that I don't deserve that grade when I actually have put in hard work into it. And it's just such a hard thing to overcome as well. I'm starting to build more confidence in myself to believe in my work, and I think that's a lot of what architecture is about as well, and is to be able to believe in your work so you can, tell people confidently about what you believe in to persuade them. But most of the times I don't even believe in my own work, and I find that really problematic with me. I don't know if a lot of people experience that as well. I think for me, I enjoy studying architecture and I like the outcomes and I enjoy the process, but there are also parts where not really talked about enough or told to like newcomers into the industry enough that it's actually not a good thing to be like spending hours awake at night on a diagram, or hours in the night in the library and not going back to your bed and sleep. Like, it's not good for your productivity, it's not good for your health. And I just wanted to point out that there are also a lot of things that I've gone through. Not that I'm trying to say, oh, like, oh, you have to feel bad for me, but I think a lot of architectural students actually have gone through these hardships as well. And so when we say that, getting a degree in architecture is like a massive achievement, I do agree that it is a massive achievement. Not that any other course is not a massive achievement, but because of the workload and the expectations and deadlines, and to be able to meet all that consistently for 3 years is actually something that requires a lot of motivation, determination, and sacrifice. That's why I want to say that if you're going through all this right now, you got this. We have all experienced this, and you're not alone. If you really do need help, do reach out, people at school or, friends who always support you. So I know it's a really unorganized video, but it's just something that suddenly, sprang to my mind that I really wanted to talk about. And I hope this also sheds light on, the non-glorified parts of this profession and course as well. So right, I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!